Hey guys, TrueGreen7 here, and in this video, I'm gonna talk about my top 10 new dual-type combinations for Pokemon Sun and Moon. There are a bunch of never-before-seen Pokemon-type combos that I want to see in the upcoming games, and these 10 combinations are interesting enough for me to imagine what kind of Pokemon would have two types that have never been attached to one pocket monster. I mean, what would a normal dragon look like? Dragons aren't normal, they crazy. And what about a rock ghost type? That's not really a thing. Rocks are neither dead nor alive. Imagine being haunted by a rock, just waking up in the middle of the night to see a boulder in your bedroom. That's not scary. But if you think about it, a haunted tombstone would be cool. But I'm just rambling. Of course, the order of these dual type combos don't matter at all, so don't expect Poison Steel and Steel Poison to be in two separate spots on the list. Now let's get started with number 10. Ice and Ferry. Who doesn't want an Ice Fairy? And for some reason, that sounds like a combination I'd see in a future Mega Evolution, like Mega Dugong. Snow Queens have been part of various legends and fairy tales for generations. Those are some nice fairy tales. So there's a lot of inspiration for this type combination. Even magical snowmen can get in on this nice fairy and ice action. Number 9. Poison and Electric. This is one scary type combination, because in the real world, these are two deadly forces. Both can be physical and biological. There are endless possibilities as to how this Pokemon could kill you. Or you can think positively, that means that there are endless possibilities to take down your opponent. Now we're talking. I'm a supporter of having a Poison Electric type with a long poison barb on its head that also serves as a lightning rod. Or a jellyfish with wires as tentacles. That sounds nice. I mean, I wouldn't want that in the real world, that sounds terrifying. Number 8. Electric Dark. Mega Luxray, number 7. Just kidding. I mean, we do all want a Mega Luxray, and Electric Dark would be appropriate. But that doesn't mean that there aren't other possibilities. Electricity is a scary thing. Don't mess with it, kids. So I'm sure Game Freak can come up with an intimidating Electric Dark type. It's that cool combination of light and darkness that intrigues people. Those contrasting elements make it even more unsettling. I'd argue that that's another reason why the Joker is such a popular villain. He's both scary and jolly at the same time, so maybe a nice, bright, and obnoxious looking dark type would be really cool. Number 7. Fighting and Ferry. Speaking of contrasting types, fairies are not well known for their physical and or combat abilities. Even when you put boxing gloves on a fairy, it's still not convincing. Okay, of course Granbull has to ruin my argument. I hate you. But other than Granbull, we need a fairy type that looks like it can literally kick a dude's butt. Something that is both pretty and badass, or as the kids say, pretty badass. It's hard, I know. If only Mienshao and Megalopoly were fairy types, then there would be nothing to complain about. Number 6. Fire and Ice. Once again, we're speaking of contrasting types, and it's definitely not the last time in this video. The only type of Pokemon that I can think of for this combo is a Flaming Hailstone Pokemon inspired by the 7th Plague in Exodus. It's hard to think of a Pokemon that is both hot and cold, considering that it's pretty uncommon in nature. So I'm really open for any ideas. Feel free to shout out your ideas at your computer or mobile device. Number 5. Bug and Dragon. How funny would it be if I pulled the same thing I did for entry number 8? It would be hilarious, right? Mega Flygon, number 4. Just kidding. Bug Dragon is a cool combo though. We can either have a cute bug dragon or a menacing freak of nature. That's why Mega Flygon isn't the only option for this type combo. This Bug Dragon by Geo is Evil on DeviantArt is perfect. It could even be Flygon's rival. Flygon will pick Charmander and this dragon bug can pick Squirtle and go on to become the Kanto champion. Number 4. Poison and Fire. Okay, we all know that when fire burns something, smoke is produced. I know your mind is blown right now, so it'll be hard to understand the following, but I've heard somewhere that smoke is poisonous. What? I know, right? So not only will this combination be a deadly and good-looking force, but it'll also make perfect sense. Mega Weezing or Mega Torkoal are obvious choices, but then again, we could totally use some creative ideas like Molox over here. A lava lamp snail. It works well, so I'm content. Number 3. Fighting Dragon. Two really badass types in one Pokemon? How has that not already happened? Any upright dragon type could have gotten the fighting type slapped on them, like Haxorus or Druddigon. And the only reason I can't even think of a joke to accompany this entry is because how obvious and natural a dragon fighting type would be. Although I just realized how weak it would be to fairy type, but I'd still have one on my party any day. Number 2. Fire and Grass. It's just a cool combo, and I know everybody will remember the day when a grass fire type is announced. It's like a mythical type combination, and even the possible Pokemon that would have the type seems mythical. We could have a burning bush based on the story in Exodus, or a freaking Tiki, and considering the region that is Alola, we have a huge chance of getting such a Pokemon. Chili peppers are also a thing, and a nice hot pepper would be hilarious. And no one would hate it for being a food-based Pokemon because it's a mandatory type combo. And number 1 is... Normal and Ghost. This type combo is number 1 because, let's face it, a Pokemon with this type combination wouldn't be normal. I mean, it would be a normal type, but it won't be an average Pokemon, because the implication of both types being in one Pokemon is dramatic. Is this Pokemon dead or alive? Could it be some kind of angel or a living Pokemon with a ghost vibe? Maybe it's like a whole Danny Phantom situation. It's controversial and intriguing, and I know that when this type combo is announced, the Pokemon that is both normal and ghost will be incredibly interesting. And I promise if you subscribe, you'll also receive a lot of interesting content, so please like this video if you enjoyed, and try to follow me on Facebook and Twitter, cause big things are going to happen. But for now, I'll see you guys very soon.